Coming from the information, China starts mass producing homegrown deep ultraviolet chip making tools, DUV, and advance for local chip industry. Yay! Are you tired of winning yet? As I've said many times in the past couple of months, your parasocial daddy is tired. I don't think I'd call this winning, though. So basically, what's been going on, right, is the United States has been trying to prevent the Chinese civilization from moving forward. We feel that artificial intelligence is the most advanced technology to ever exist, and whoever controls artificial intelligence literally controls the world. Ergo, we don't believe China man should be allowed to have artificial intelligence. Which is just, oh, a hell of a statement. But anyways, right? And so basically, because of this, right, we've been trying to prevent China from getting, oh, so many of the things that we have developed in the world of technology, right? We have blacklisted Huawei from being able to get processors years ago. We blacklisted Huawei from being able to use any of our operating systems, a while ago. We've just been going through blacklisting the ability to get NVIDIA GPUs into China and just doing a whole bunch of things. And the idea being is that once we prove to China how serious we are about them needing to go back to the rice paddies, that they will see sense and they will decide to go back to the rice paddies themselves. Shockingly, this is going to come as a surprise to you, but China man don't want to pick rice anymore. And so they are moving their industrial capacity forward more and more. And we are seeing how basically they are now doing the things we were told they simply would not be able to do, right? So when Huawei was no longer able to access the American processors and they created their own processors for their smartphones, we were told about how far behind they were and how it wasn't really an innovation. Now, as far as I can tell, the Huawei smartphones are about as good, if not as good, possibly better than the other flagship smartphones that are out there. Basically, Huawei has been able to produce their chips. Huawei has Harmony OS, which is their own operating system. Huawei is now creating AI accelerators, right? And then you have a whole bunch of other companies over in China basically doing the same thing. So we have CXMT. So CXMT is a Chinese company that produces DRAM, right? And their DRAM is actually so good that Apple is going to be using their DRAM in their computers that are sold in China. And Apple Computer has actually gone to the Trump administration to ask for a waiver to be able to purchase CXMT DRAM, right? And so that is what we're seeing. Day after day after day, China moves up the technological food chain because of course they're going to. Like I don't of course they are. So one of the big things going on right now is these lithography machines. So basically, the lithography machines are the machines that are able to actually create the wafers for the chips, right? Burn in all the transistors and all that into wafers so that you can have chips. So ASML is the main company in the world that sells these lithography machines, and the United States, doing what the United States has been doing for the past couple years, is trying to get ASML to stop selling lithography machines to China. So there are some lithography machines that ASML can no longer sell to China. Not only that, but equipment that China has already purchased. And again, when we talk about this equipment, we're not talking about $10,000 pieces of equipment or even $100,000 piece of equipment. We're talking about equipment that costs $400 million a pop. That's not the contract. That's each $400 million per one of these lithography machines. Literally, the US government is trying to pressure ASML into no longer supporting the equipment that was already sold to China. Can you imagine spending $400 million per piece of equipment and then ASML refusing to service the equipment that you have purchased? That might make some people a little bit pissed off. I'm just saying. right? And so with that, basically they're moving forward in order to try to create their own lithography machines so that they no longer have to worry about the world stage. And this all really makes sense. I think people miss the whole thing with China having like 1.4 billion people. Because here's the thing: when China has 1.4 billion people, the United States only has what 330, maybe 340 million people at this point in time. I forget how many people Europe has as a whole, right? But anyways, the fact of the matter is China has a crap ton of people. They have a crap ton of people. They're educating their people. They have a crap ton of resources. So the idea of trying to hold them back is utterly ridiculous. As I've said many times before, we should not do it. But here's the deal: we can kneecap Kenya. If we decide that we do not believe the civilization of Kenya should move forward, I hate to say it, but it is true, we can kneecap Kenya. Here's the deal: China, we just simply can't kneecap China. We already purchase so much stuff from China. It is just it's an absolutely ridiculous idea that we think we can prevent them from advancing into the future. And what we are seeing is the failings of a ridiculous idea. So if we go over, we take a look at this from the information. A Chinese state-backed company has begun manufacturing one of the key pieces of equipment used in chip manufacturing for the first time, a key development in Beijing's drive to reduce its reliance on foreign technology to make chips. Because that's the thing, what China has learned over the past couple of years with the disastrous policies of the United States is China cannot trust anybody. China cannot trust the United States. China cannot trust Europe. Basically, China can only trust China. And we keep reinforcing this day after day, week after week, right? The whole thing. China is scary. Don't you realize what China could do? Has China done it? Do we have any evidence that China has done it? No, we don't have any of that. But China could do something. Ergo, we are going to punish them for the things that are going on in our mind, right? You keep doing that to a society, and they're just going to move forward because it's a disaster to deal with you. The Shanghai-based company is making immersion deep ultraviolet lithography machines, a key type of equipment used by chip makers such as TSMC in producing chips. The people asked that the company not be identified because of the sensitivity surrounding China's lithography program. The company brought together immersion DUV development teams from other Chinese companies, including a state-backed chip equipment startup called Shanghai, whatever the hell it is, SYT. I also do think this is interesting with China. As I've talked about before many times, right? China has an industrial policy. America has mean truths. And this is one of the big things to be thinking about with China, again, especially as we try to prevent them from advancing their civilization, is they actually have industrial policy, right? The government and their institutions come together in order to build key technological improvements so that their society can move forward, right? Is there competition? Yes, there is brutal competition once the technology has been developed. Again, it's one of those kumbaya moments. Everybody comes together and it's kumbaya and it's wonderful and it's great until they figure out how to do something. And then the knives come out. It gets ugly really fucking quick, right? There's a whole thing going on right now. Oh, I don't know. Was it Huawei? There's like Huawei and CXMT. I don't know. Anyways, basically, once they become competitive, they can become out and out bastards. But before that point, right, there's industrial policy to actually bring all of these people together in order to build certain technology. And that's one of the reasons that they're be able to advance as quickly as they are. If the Chinese develop the UV machine is successfully put into mass production at Chinese chip makers, it would replace equipment from Dutch company ASML. And this is going to be the concerning part, as we go forward with ASML, right? ASML is a market leader, right? They're able to sell a lot of products. One of the problems for ASML, though, is what happens as China starts nipping at their heels. So is China going to be able to produce the highest value lithography systems within the next 5 years? No, probably not. But here's one of the interesting things. Like whenever we look at businesses, especially technology businesses, we always focus on those $400 million devices. Look at how expensive that is, right? And they are expensive, and they bring in a tremendous amount of profit. One of the big problems, though, or one of the things, just with these companies, is a lot of times, a lot of the profit actually comes in from selling smaller things, older things, whatever, right? You sell that at a larger scale. You sell more of it. The investment has already been paid off years ago. So the cheaper, lower grade equipment sometimes can actually bring a lot more money into the company than many people realize. And so if China starts building these lithography machines that basically are comparative, not with the best that ASML can put out, but again, the same type of thing. They start putting out lithography machines that are 10 years behind ASML, but then they start selling to that market. And then they take over that market. And then they start producing the equipment that is 5 years behind ASML. And then they take over that market. At what point does ASML stop being viable? Comes a dangerous question right there. The development also signals that Washington's efforts to contain China's homegrown chip industry by limiting its access to state of the art equipment are not succeeding. Yep, that's putting it mildly. In addition to achieving the DUV breakthrough, China is also developing a domestic EUV machine, but the project remains at the prototype stage and is likely years away from producing working chips. But again, when we talk about years away, years move surprisingly quickly. The DUV advances are still at an early stage. The Shanghai company plans to manufacture about 5 DUV machines this year, so that'll be 2026, and roughly 20 in 2027. That output is tiny compared with ASML, which shipped 131 DUV systems last year. But that's not too bad. So they're a new company. Again, 5 this year. That's just going to be working out the quirks or whatever else. But if they ship 20 next year, that is a 20th, or that's whatever it is, a sixth. That's a sixth of what ASML has been shipping, and ASML has been around for a long time. How long does that go from being 20 to 40 to 80 to 200? Again, when things are going at China speed. The DUV systems are slated for delivery this year to local chip makers, including Semiconductor Manufacturing International, Huang Semiconductor, and memory maker CXMT. While less complex than EUV, immersion DUV machines have traditionally relied on a global network of specialized suppliers. The Chinese DUV uses mostly domestic components, though some key parts come from Japan. And so that's going to be one of the things with this too, is they are basically bringing the entire supply chain to be domestic. Because the whole thing, right? You have $100 million device that you're building. If you can't get, I don't know, $1,000 worth of components, then at the end of the day, it's not a $100 million device, right? You need everything has to come together in order to be able to build this product that you can actually then ship in order to solve problems. So if they're trying to do everything essentially within China, then that means they're going to own that entire supply chain. And we've seen where this goes. We've seen where this goes for the past couple of decades. So yeah, what do you think about this with China moving forward with their lithography machines, right? Even if they're behind now, how long will they be behind for? At what point does it go from, the United States begging ASML to not sell equipment to China, to basically the United States having to fund ASML, because if they don't, the entire company is going to go bankrupt. How would you be feeling if you were ASML right now? So ASML is a company out of the Netherlands. So this is not an American company, right? America is forcing ASML to restrict who they sell to using sanctions and all kinds of very nasty tactics. How do you feel as a European, right? How do you feel as a Dutch person right now to know that your company is going to be destroyed? The value of one of the most important companies in Europe is going to be destroyed because they've been forced to do what the United States has demanded that they do. Right? If China could buy these lithography machines, they would just buy the fucking lithography machines, right? They have bigger problems to deal with right now than dealing with this. They would write the checks. They are not able to write the checks, therefore they have to go with the next best option, which is creating their own things. China or Europe is going to destroy the most valuable components of their technology sector simply to appease a madman in the White House. How does that make you feel as a European? Oh, lordy. Anyways, put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.